Guys, it's March 17th, Monday. We have a 10-game NBA slate. Jordy and I are pumped to get into this slate. We already have videos up for our solo channels for today's slate. If you haven't followed us yet, go follow our solo YouTube channels. It's just at Jordy BDFS for his channel, and then mine is at JRusso BDFS. If you haven't signed up for Underdog, Better, or Parlay Play yet, use code BACKDOOR. They're going to give you awesome deposit matches. And if you sign up for Parlay Play, make sure you email us at bdfantasysports@gmail.com because we're going to give you a month in our premium Discord as well. So yeah, let's talk about today's plays. So I'm going to be taking Donovan Clingan, center for the Portland Trailblazers, who's emerged. He's been playing great, and I like his rebounds and assists over 12. And I'm going to be going with Terry Eason, forward for the Houston Rockets. I'm going over his 0.5 dunks today. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, so for me, I'm taking Immanuel Quickley over 25.5 PRA, and I'm taking Anthony Edwards over 27.5 points. So that's what I'm going with.
All right. Sounds good. Well, let's start breaking it down. If you guys don't mind, do me a favor, do us a favor, like the video, drop us a comment, helps us grow the channel. It's great for the algorithm. We really appreciate it. All right, so let's start with Clingan here. We also have Robert Williams. So we know Ayton. Is Ayton still out? Is he out for the season? I know he's been out for a minute. Yeah, so he's still out, but doesn't say out for the season. We have Jeremy Grant, game time decision. So, I mean, unfortunately, these injury reports have actually been kind of delayed today on Outlier. So this is from yesterday. So let's see what he was dealing with. So he's ruled out of Sunday's game. What was he dealing with? Due to a left knee sprain. So we'll see. Maybe his minutes will be somewhat limited. Regardless, Clingan's been getting it done. So we've got 5 straight games here with him getting the rebounds and assists done against some somewhat tough teams too. We've got Oklahoma City, Detroit, Golden State, New York Knicks, and then Toronto, much softer matchup. But over this 5-game stretch, he's averaging 28 minutes, 18.4 rebound chances, and 2.8 potential assists. When we look at the head-to-head, he didn't get it done last time they played on February 26th, but he also just played 17.5 minutes, and he still was right there. 8 rebounds, 3 assists. So with the minutes he's been getting lately, that's, a full 10 minutes extra, 10, 11 minutes extra. He should be able to get this done, just doing one better than he did last time they played. Overall, we know Washington's super soft in every category, 30th in rebounds allowed, 25th in assists allowed. If we go over to the center position, it tightens up a little bit. 29th in rebounds allowed, still super green. And then the assists are a little bit tougher, 10th in assists allowed. So yeah, this one's just like a low line. Dude's been hot. I was thinking about taking his rebounds, and we're getting at 12. He's cleared the 11.5 in 5 straight, but one of these against Detroit, he was at 12, which would be a push. That's a much tougher matchup than he's dealing with today. So I look for him to get this done for us. Let's take a look at Daily Grind real quick. See what they're thinking about it. So they like his points over 9. They have that at a 51.07% odds to hit the over -122. Not feeling his points rebounds, but they do like the rebounds and assists. If my autocorrect will let me finish. So over 12, they have it at a 50.69% odds to hit the over -118. So the 11.5 is available according to the optimizer on BetMGM, but that's a -145. So super juice to go over the 11.5. They do like his PRA at 21.5, 50.54% odds hit the over -120. And they're not really feeling the rebounds alone. So I'm good with having the assists attached. I think he's going to clear his rebounds too, but he's actually been somewhat volatile with the assists. But this game against Golden State, he had 6 assists and then 3 assists against Detroit. So just a 1.5 point bump for the assist attached. I'll take it all day. I think he could clear this on rebounds alone. So we'll see how it plays out. Let's move on. So Terry Eason, he's been killing it. He's been kind of taking advantage. We got this low 0.5 line for his dunks. He's done this in 4 straight games. And while Amen Thompson's been out, he's been having, a little boost in his minutes. He's already cleared this 47% of the time on the season, which is decent for dunks, 21 out of 45 games. But then if we take Amen Thompson out of the equation, he's never not done it. And he's got this incredibly soft matchup against the, not super soft, but should be pretty soft against Philly. Because he's done this, actually this is without Amen Thompson. When Amen was in the game before, every time he's matched up against them, he's had no problem. This one, the first one, he had one dunk. That's from the 2023 season. And then this year, on November 27th, 2024, he had two dunks in that game on about just under 27 minutes is what he's been averaging. But if we go back once again, we look at his last 5 without Amen Thompson, because he was kind of starting to fire off the dunks even before Amen went down. But he's got 5 straight games without Amen in the lineup where he's getting this done. And then he just had 3 against Phoenix, 2 against Dallas. And now he's got this matchup against Philly, who he's always had a dunk against. We have Andre Drummond out, Joel Embiid out. It actually is a pretty soft matchup without any of their legit bigs. Gershon, game time decision. But once again, this is, I think, still from yesterday. Oh, no, that's updated. So he's questionable for Monday's game. Okay, cool. So maybe the new injury report actually came out. So this is just one I'm not really going to overthink. We just need one dunk. You can kind of see when Amen was, he was starting to trend even before Amen was out. But let's just, so these are actually all without Amen. So yeah, this most recent run has been awesome. What is that? Without Amen in the lineup, he's got, well, let's just look at the 10. 8 straight games with at least one dunk. So if you're not wanting to take the dunk, I actually like his points, rebounds, and his PRA too. I'll show you that real quick. So if we look at his points, rebounds, over his last 10, just a 50-50 shot. 50% of the time he's hit it, but when we take Amen out once again, well, it's actually still showing 50-50, but it's the last 5 has been the run that he's kind of been on. I think it looks pretty good. We'll take a look at the full PRA in case you guys are interested in taking something else. This is an EV plus play on Outlier. Take Amen out again. It always resets when you switch the category. So yeah, 4 out of his last 5. And we just know that without Thompson in the lineup, you're getting vacated assists, rebounds, and scoring. So I really like him to be able to get the dunk done, especially. But playing a home game in this somewhat of a soft matchup, let's look. So if you did go full PRA, 29th in points allowed, 30th in rebounds allowed, 30th in assists allowed, very soft. And like we saw, he's had like about, he went from 17, 18 minutes to up to about 30 is what he's averaging without Thompson in the lineup. But he's been kind of earning minutes even before he went down. So I feel really good about this play here. Let's take a look. So they like his points over 13.5, 51.03% odds hit the over -122. They like his blocks and steals over 2.5. So you could take a look at the fantasy score if you wanted to. 50.55% odds to hit the over on the 2.5 blocks and steals, -124. They're not necessarily feeling the PR. They have that at a 50.26% odds to hit the under, but they do like the PRA just slightly, 50.1% odds to hit the over. So I think he's going to be more capable of getting all of these offensive props cashed personally, but just give me that 0.5 dunk. That's what I'm going to be taking. If you guys want to check out Outlier, you can try this app out for free. It's killer. It helps you make informed decisions. They cover matchups, injury reports, and insights about the players. Let's take a look at this insight. No, we won't. It's a failed insight. But some of those insights, if you're in a situation where something changed because a player's out, you are going to get like a note about like, hey, he hasn't done this earlier in the season type of thing. But yeah, you can try this app out for free. Just sign up through the link below for Outlier. You don't need to put in a code, and they're going to give you 7 days just to see how you like it. All right, Jordy.
All right. Yeah. So to get into mine here, I've got this whole 6-man locked in, but it's got 2 goblins, so it basically rounds out to a 4-man. But, it's like an 11x. But the 2 plays that I'm going with for today are Immanuel Quickley's PRA and Anthony Edwards' points. Quickley's PRA has been pretty good. It's been pretty good to me. I've been taking it quite a bit. As you can see here, the matchup against the Suns is pretty solid. 26th in points allowed, 27th in rebounds, 15th in assists for point guards. And the last 2 times he's matched up against the Suns, he's gone for 48 PRA and 37. And over the season, he's obviously had a shorter season because of injury, so it took him a little bit of time to get into stride, but I think he's finally getting there. Over the last 10, he's gone over this 8 out of his last 10, 12 out of his last 20. He's only played 26 games, so he's gone over this 15 out of 26 games. It's a little high, but that's because the matchup's good for him. But he's been going over this anyway. He's just barely missed it a couple times by 2.5 to go over this, or else he'd be 10 for 10 over the last 10 games on this. So I think it looks pretty good. He's getting about 30 minutes per game right now, averaging 10.1 potential assists, 7.4 rebounds per game, and he is potential rebounds, that is anyway, and 15.3 field goal attempts, and he's shooting 43%, 8 3-point attempts, shooting 38% from 3. He's shooting 81% from the free throw line, and he's getting there quite a bit, 5.3 times per game. Some of these games he's shooting 5 to 8 free throws a game, so looking pretty good. I like this matchup for Quickley. If we take a look at this on Daily Grind, his PRA is a -120 to go over this 25.5. They like his assists under 5 or his points over 16. His points over 16.5 is pretty low. That's a -132, but I like the full PRA. It's pretty low as it is. If he goes crazy on the assists and rebounds, this will for sure cash. So I like this a lot. I'm going to be taking it over. And then Anthony Edwards, he was really good to me last night. He had 21 points in the first quarter of that game. He went for 41 against Utah, and he's hit this over 3 out of his last 3 games and 3 out of his last 5. He's gone over this 13 out of his last 20. He went into a little bit of a slump here, but this is a good matchup for him as well. 17th in points allowed against Indiana, and both times he's played them in the last 2 years, one being last year in December, so pretty much early this year. He went for 37 points, and then on the 7th of this month, he went for 44 points against Indiana. So big performances against Indiana. I really like this matchup for him. I think he can have a big game tonight. He's coming off a big game. It is a back-to-back for him, but I think Anthony Edwards is like one of the rising faces of the league right now, so it's not surprising when he pops off and gives you 30 plus points a game. So yeah, I really like this, and I'm going to be taking this over. He's averaging 9.4 3-point attempts, a whole bunch of threes. He's shooting almost 40% from 3, and he's averaging 18.6 field goal attempts per game, making 53% of those. So he's been awesome recently. That's over his last 5 games on the season. He's averaging 20 field goal attempts on almost 44% and 10 3-point attempts on 41%. So the numbers are just ludicrous for this guy right now. He's been playing really good ball. So I like this to go over. Daily Grind does not. It's a -122 to go over under 27.5 points, but they like his 3 points at 3.5 to go over at a -122. Pretty much everything else is favored under. So go with your gut, but I think he can get this done no problem tonight. So that's going to be my 2 plays. If you guys want to check out this optimizer from Daily Grind, go to dgfantasy.com and use code BACKDOOR, and they're going to give you 25% off your first purchase with them. So if you want to lock that in for a month, they'll give you 25% off. If you want to lock it in for a year, they'll also give you that 25% off. So we recommend locking it in for a little bit of a longer time, because you really get a feel for it after a couple days or so, and then it really starts to make sense to you. And it pairs perfectly with Outlier, which is free for your first 7 days. So definitely go pair them together. They're awesome. So that's going to cover it all for me, and I'll pass it over to Russo.
Yeah, and Jordy's right about a little bit of a learning curve with the optimizer from Daily Grind. It is so awesome, but you do have to get to know, you almost have to learn to speak its language, because it does kind of give you a different message with fantasy score versus one of the best things about it is you get to make sure that you're taking the best play. So it puts plays on your radar, but sometimes if you have a play in mind, you type it into the optimizer and you're like, actually the points rebounds is a better value than the PRA. So there's so many ways that the optimizer helps you cash more often. And you definitely do want to give it a little bit of time, because you need to learn how to use it, and then it will help you cash more often. If you want to come join our Discord, we have a killer community. I say it every time, but it's just because it's true. We've been having a lot of success over the last couple of weeks. We're all just, if a good play is on the board, it's going to be in our Discord, because our whole family of people over here are going to pop in here and say, hey guys, heads up, this looks really good. And then we share all of our slips. We just have a lot of fun in here. So if you want to come join us, You can take advantage of the Parlay Play promo, and you'll get your deposit match plus a free month in our Discord. Just make sure you email us, and you got to use the code, otherwise it won't activate the free month. But if you want to skip all that, you can just sign up through Patreon. It manages our subscriptions. Go into the settings. There's a connected apps option in the menu bar, and you can see you just log into your Discord from Patreon. If you want to follow us on our socials, it's at BackdoorFS on X, TikTok, and Instagram. And don't forget to come subscribe to our channels. Jordy gives you a lot of value. He often drops esports plays in his NBA videos. I know sometimes you make actual esports videos with breakdowns, but a lot of times if he's got an esports slip that's already locked and loaded, he'll just share that in there too. So a lot of value over there. And then don't forget to come follow mine as well at JRussoBDFS. And yeah, we look forward to getting in the green to start the week. So enjoy this 10-game slate, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.
Good luck, guys.